All of you starts right now.
Football time in Tennessee.
Oh, indeed it is. And in fact, it's not just football time in Tennessee or football time, I guess, in Alabama in this case, but it is, without question, one of the most iconic rivalries in all of college football. The third Saturday in October. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. So, here's the thing. Tennessee, Alabama, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time, ABC. Cannot wait to watch it. So, I'll admit, earlier in the week, because obviously Tennessee beats Arkansas, last week, 34-31, I was less than enthused with how the game played out. Not offensively. Joey Aguilar did his thing. Deshaun Bishop, thank God he's okay, by the way, got hurt late. Looks like he's going to be fine for this one. They were great. Braylon Staley stepped up. Mike Matthews, Kitzelman, they double-teamed Brazzell the whole game. They're like, Chris Brazzell's not beating us. Did Arkansas do? It was the fact that Tennessee defense just kept letting Arkansas back in the game to the point where it ends up being closer than it probably should have been. And Heupel's clock management left some things to be desired as well. So, coming into this week, I'm thinking, man, Alabama's playing great football. Since that loss to Florida State, Ty Simpson's been phenomenal. Again, 16 touchdowns, 1 pick. You've got a true, legit, great wide receiving duo in Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams, who can beat you over the top. And facing a Tennessee secondary that's without not just their top corner, but their top 2 corners, Ricky Gibson III and Jermon McCoy. Not ideal. Not great. This is going to have to be a track meet for Tennessee. But then I saw this graphic. I saw a graphic, so I made it into a graphic here for carving it up live. Let's go and show this. Is that Tennessee has indisputably, not even close, the best offense in the SEC and probably the best offense in college football. Joey Aguilar leads the SEC in passing. Deshaun Bishop, 5th in the SEC in rushing. Chris Brazzell, 2nd in the conference in receiving. Braylon Staley, 5th in the conference in receiving. Mike Matthews, 7th in the conference in receiving yards. So all 3 of these guys, the Vols offense has been cooking. All 3 of these guys have been absolutely fantastic. You're talking about this tempo offense that Tennessee's famous for, running the football effectively with a 3-handed monster running back. You can use Star Thomas, obviously, as kind of like a change of pace. It's kind of back. You can throw him a screen pass. You can do all these things. Deshaun Bishop's your number 1, but you can use Star Thomas as well. This is going to be a track meet, and it's going to have to be for Tennessee to win this game. Now, the good news is Alabama's defense has at times given up, big plays in the running game. So I feel like this is going to have to be a Joey Aguilar game. Yes, Chris Brazzell is going to have to step up, but it's got to be a lot of Deshaun Bishop. It's got to be a lot of Star Thomas. It's got to be a lot about getting the ball in these guys' hands behind this offensive line for Tennessee. I think David Sanders might be used in some jumbo formations. Get an eligible receiver in, which in the case of David Sanders, right tackle freshman, 5-star recruit. Put him in different short yardage opportunities. Tennessee is not going to play keep away. They're not going to play bleed the clock, right? Because that goes against everything that Josh Heupel has worked into building at Tennessee. It is quick. It is up-tempo. It is the quickest or the shortest time distance between plays in all of college football to the Tennessee Volunteers have. I mean, year after year with Josh Heupel, they either lead college football, they're top 5 in that category. That's what they do. So don't get out of what's made you great. If Tennessee is able to run the football effectively with Deshaun Bishop, again, 5th in the SEC in rushing, change of pace, Star Thomas, then the deep ball's there. And need I remind you, Joey Aguilar, when you talk about guys like Joe Milton, 2023, completion percentage hovered around 30% on throws of 20 or more yards down the field. The same can be said last year about Nico Iamaleava. This year, Joey Aguilar, over 50%. He is the best deep ball thrower that Josh Heupel has had outside of Hendon Hooker. I would almost argue he's as good of a deep ball thrower as Hendon Hooker was back in 2021 and 2022 with the Tennessee Volunteers. And you've got your weapons. Chris Brazzell's going to have to get involved. What Alabama is going to do to try and I don't, maybe they'll try and bracket Chris Brazzell. I don't know if that's going to work, but if you can be able to run the ball effectively, get in 2nd and 5, get in 3rd and short situations, worst case, be able to convert on 4th down, be aggressive on 4th down, which Josh Heupel has shown a tendency to be. Sometimes over-aggressive, but he's not going to play it conservative. He's going to go for it on 4th down. Play action, Aguilar hits the long ball. Then Alabama is playing catch-up. I think this is going to be a track meet of a game. Not to the level that it was in 2022 when Tennessee finally broke the long 15-game losing streak, winning 52-49 on a walk-off field goal by Chase McGrath at the gun. But you're going to see a lot of points. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go so far as to say both teams will score into the 40s. It is going to be an up and down, back and forth. It will be very similar to Tennessee-Georgia. Right? I think Georgia won that one 44-41. Very, very similar in that regard. A lot of touchdowns, maybe a couple of defensive touchdowns. Going to be a wild, almost like circa 2015 Big 12 type of game. That's where you're going to see. Both defenses cannot stop the opposing offense. Bama cannot stop a Vols offense that's averaging, 48 points a game. Leads college football. On the other hand, other side of that coin is Tennessee can't stop an Alabama team, given the fact that Tennessee this year has given up, on average, 29 points per game. Not ideal. Not ideal. Kind of similar to my Steelers, unfortunately, in the fact that it's sacks and turnovers. That's what saves this team on a consistent basis. Joshua Joseph's lead passer is going to have to make plays. Colton Hood, Arian Carter, who's a captain tomorrow, they're all going to have to make plays. But in the end, when it's all said and done, what we are going to have is a tie game at 42 with about 2 minutes and change to go in the game. Joey Aguilar is going to have the football in his hands. Keep in mind, again, Tennessee has not beaten Alabama in Tuscaloosa, 3rd Saturday in October, since I was 4 months old, since 2003. It's been a while. And Joey Aguilar will get the ball in his hands. Tie game, 42 all. Both quarterbacks, Aguilar, Ty Simpson, will more than make their Heisman case. Obviously, the winner will get a bigger boost after tomorrow night. Aguilar drives Tennessee down the field. I think Chris Brazzell makes a big, 20-yard catch to get them in the field goal range. And sports is funny sometimes, man. You screw up early on. It's a long season. Eventually, you get an opportunity to redeem yourself. And Max Gilbert, there's no other way to say this. I don't want to sound harsh here because he's a college kicker, not a pro kicker. He blew it against Georgia. He did. You make one kick, Tennessee wins the game. Those guys fought their you-know-what's off for 3.5 hours with Georgia and trying to break the 9-game winning streak, or losing streak, rather. The fans are going crazy, yada, yada, yada. Make a kick, you win the game. And he missed it. Went to overtime, Tennessee lost. He's going to get his opportunity for redemption against Alabama. And similar to how Chase McGrath did in 2022 to break the streak, to break the overall losing streak to Alabama, Max Gilbert will hit the walk-off field goal at the buzzer, 000, and end the losing streak of Tennessee, losing in Tuscaloosa. Give me the big orange, baby. Obviously, plus 7.5 to win outright. Walk-off field goal, shootout, down to the wire, 45-42, Vols over the Tide. Let's go. Hand Alabama their first SEC loss, put Tennessee firmly in the discussion, in the chase, to go to their first SEC championship game since 2007. I've said this multiple times since the loss to Georgia. The 3 toughest games the rest of the year for Tennessee: Bama, Oklahoma, and Florida. Vanderbilt is not as tough as Florida. Winning in the Swamp is harder than beating Vanderbilt at home. I don't care what anybody says. If Tennessee, if they win out, I think they get in the SEC championship game. If they go 2-1 in those games, take care of the other teams they're supposed to take care of, your Kentuckys, your New Mexico States, your Vanderbilts of the world, win the games that you're supposed to, go to at least 2-1 those spots, stamp your ticket to a second straight college football playoff because you're going. That resume will get you in. Well, in that 3-game stretch, I think it's a 1-0 start. Vols, baby, once again, 45-42. Get those cigars out tomorrow night. Enjoy them with your loved ones. And by the way, just a word for you Alabama fans. Dixieland Delight is about Tennessee, not Bama. Just because the song is by the band Alabama does not mean it's about Alabama. By definition, by that logic, every song Alabama made is about Alabama. What are we talking about here? So, it literally mentions Tennessee multiple times in the song. What are we talking about here? It's our song. We're playing it tomorrow night. We're smoking them cigars. Tennessee 45, Tide 42. And that is it for this fired up edition, third Saturday in October edition of The Vol View. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.